Okay, this is part 2 of the cut hinge process. The last video cut me off a little bit, but I will pick up where I was with showing you the difference between a good hinge and a too tight / too loose hinge. So this is the good motion that I was showing you before. Oh, my bad. Essentially what I'm saying is if this is rattling, like you actually can move the hinge up and down like this, that means that it's too loose. And I'll show you what a too tight hinge looks like. That is a too tight of a hinge, where the hinge will not move on its own. And this will cause problems with the actual jaw movement because it'll give it too much of a tightness, and the jaw will actually hang open and cause your jaw from straining out from actually trying to activate it because of how tight it is. So I just want to make sure that it's just loose enough where it's not going to rattle, but the hinges are going to move freely. So when you can let them just drop like that and they'll move freely, that's a good tightness, and it's not rattling around. They're staying exactly where they need to be. Okay, so now since these are all set up for you, next step is to glue them on. By this time, this right now is already cured. If you're ever wondering about if it's cured or not, you can use your glove and you just kind of poke the glue. As long as your glove's not sticking and the glue is solid, you can remove your clamps. Now I'll get these 4 clamps set up, left and right. This right here is going to be the left. This is going to be the right. Same as before, you want equal squirts. This time you want to go double the amount. So you got to be able to cover the top and bottom hinge for both sides, which is double the amount of the single straight hinge, single set straight hinges. Try to get as close as equal amounts as you can. Now this is more glue, so it's going to try to cure on you faster if we keep it in a big old bowl. Same as last time, just swirl up so you can't see the difference between the foggy A part and the clear B part. Just meshes together. Stirring counterclockwise and clockwise. Again, make sure you're wearing gloves. I am getting this on my fingers already. I'm going to go ahead and take a scoop. Put one part on my hinge. Doing kind of big dabs here. Now I'm immediately putting it on all the hinges right now because I do not want it to stay as a big blob of glue like this. I want to spread it out so it takes longer to cure. I do not want it curing on me while it's sitting on aluminum. That's just wasted glue. I just fold the aluminum foil over and wipe off the mixing stick from the side. Okay, so now you are about to have a time limit, so you want to try to get this attached as soon as possible. Just lay your mask on its side. Pretty much what you're doing is you want these hinges, it's kind of straight right here, You want them to line up with each other. And just gently clamp, a little at a time, because it will try to slide and move on you. Just like that. Make sure you're working on a table you also don't care about, because now you have to flip it over and possibly the glue might drip on you. Again, trying to get these so they're almost straight with each other. Use your clamps. Except if your clamps break, that sucks. There's an extra clamp on you. Just like that. I will now set this aside. I'm going to flip it upside down so it's not hitting any of the clamps. Okay. And of course, if your gloves get all nasty like that, throw them out. Replace them. So now we go back to the feet line, which the clamps are now fully installed. And the next step is we're going to start cutting out the tear ducts and the nostrils. And I can start detaching the bottom jaw from the top jaw. So put on your safety gloves again. Again, I'm wearing glasses the whole time. Okay. Use your heat gun. I start with the nostrils first. So using your heat gun and you're heating it up on the inside first. And a little bit of circular motion. Smoking, and I cut along the muzzle first, a little tiny slice to start. Try to punch through, and then I start to follow the nostril, which would be a lot easier because that area is already pre-indented for you to cut. It's basically kind of like a gumdrop shape. Very carefully, up and down motions. Make sure your X-Acto knife is sharp. If your X-Acto knife is not sharp, you will actually end up just pushing the plastic and ripping it if it's hot, instead of cutting through. So now you've got breathing holes. I'll jump on and get the tear ducts cut out. As you use your heat gun more, it'll automatically be hot, so it'll take you less time to heat up these areas. You've been using it. If it's been sitting for a while, it's going to take longer to heat up. And I start cutting where the eye's going to be first. Now Making that squeak noise means it's nice and hot on the outside, but the inside's not heated up enough. Go ahead and cut this area away. So when I put my eyeball in there, I don't have to worry about the plastic hanging off and showing. Got a heck of a time. There we go. Again, really, really heated up. I'm just going to go ahead and match up the other eye. I'm just going to slice straight down. You don't have to do this, it's just something I like to do. Just to make sure that the plastic's not in the way. I try to make it as hidden as possible, still being able to support a 4cm 3D eye. I still might overhang this a little bit. Usually once you attach the tear ducts, eyelids, they get hidden. Yeah, just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Don't make that too much by accident. Put too much force into it. There we go. So now the nostrils and the tear ducts are cut out. I got some extra area here that I'm going to cut away at. Nice and even. Now it's time to start detaching this bottom jaw. Now remember, you always got to mark on a straight hinge. Oops, that works wrong. Yep. marker on. It means the hinge is slid a little bit, so it's a good thing I double checked that. I see it, they're not lining up now, so I'm going to go ahead and remark a new hole. I'm going to detach the bottom jaw. I always start heating up the front first. That's the area that's most likely going to try to split on you. So you just take your X-Acto knife, just very gently just cut. You don't have to cut all the way through it first. Just poke right in the middle. And I start cutting away from the split. It's never good to cut towards the split because you're just risking a chance of accidentally cutting too much. Always cut away. Okay, from the nose area. Keep this area up to the board. There we go. The bottom jaw is now detached. Pretty much you want to clean up these edges because now you got these sharp edges here and down here on the bottom jaw. I'm going to use my marker. I'm going to mark out and show you. I'm going to trim all this away. It's kind of hard to mark this because it's got that overlapping area, but I'll do my best here. That's pretty much all the area you want to trim away. The top, same thing. Trim all this away. And heat it up a bit. Now if you want, you can also just do straight sandpaper and you can sand this off. Just like this. If you're worried about taking too much off at a time, that's fine as well. See, took all this off. Or you can use a knife, again cutting away from yourself, and just cut this area off. Honestly, if your box cutter is sharp enough, you don't even have to like heat it up. You can just cut a little bit at a time, slicing at it. Then take your sandpaper And just make those edges nice and round. It's all pretty. And do the same thing with the top jaw. Again, always cutting away in the lip area. Well, cutting away from the nose, I should say. I am actually curving the box cutter. I'm sure it follows the curve in the mouth. This is a faulty feline, so yes, it's giving me a little more trouble than a normal mask is. That's the smallest canine, super easy, because that's our normal style. Rough cut out of it, and I'm going to take the sandpaper and make it all pretty. Rounding off those edges. I'm supposed to sand the tear ducts. I have an area sticking up here, so I'm cutting it off. That's so nice and smooth now. And it does seem dirty. So now those holes that I marked, I'm going to go ahead and drill them. I want to make sure I can line this up properly, so I'm going to attach to one side first. And again, just look at the hinges. Set your springs aside. Pull out your other parts. You want the screw facing outwards. And since the jaw is the inner part, it is well, this one actually is opposite. You want to actually put the silver washer on first with the screw. Stick it through the jaw. Use a larger plastic washer. And attach on your lock nut. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this because I want to make sure that the other side lines up good. I really wish I knew where the normal Phillips was. These tiny ones to work right. Making sure it's going to line up properly. Same with the other side. You put the metal washer on. Stick it through the jaw pointing outwards. Plastic washer. And lock it up. And tighten it. With the V-hinge, you want it tight enough so nothing rattles, but you want it loose enough so the jaw just falls open. Oh, I think you can air, yes. Shh. Let's do that quietly. Last step is to attach the springs that come with your package. Pretty much the way they're set up, you'll have a point at the top, have it at an angle, and it attaches to the bottom jaw. Now, your first part is going to be the easiest because essentially you just want a 1/4 inch away from the edge, right there, on both sides. I go ahead and I'm going to drill that hole and I'm going to attach the spring. Use my needle nose pliers. We'll then grab the